Hi friends, our family, Eunice Jero here to talk about something, to share with you what's going on, or what's important, or how we can do it. I hope you have been good. I hope you're supporting me by subscribing and sharing and liking and commenting. Now, those who are already in, I say thank you. Those who have not subscribed, please consider subscribing. That's way it's how we can build a big family together. I appreciate everything from you. I appreciate everything you do to help me continue. And the questions I've received, I appreciate them. Now, I want to talk about the interviews at the U.S. Embassy. And this one, I am just going to give my own experience. So I just want to give the experience or to give the way forward, what you should do once you have been selected for further processing for relocating to the United States. And as you have done everything and you are waiting to go to the embassy, you have some things you have to put in order in preparation for your visa to be processed. It is not an automatic thing that your visa won't be processed. No, it's not automatic. So I need to explain that. It's not automatic. So what you do is that you must make sure that because you're waiting for something, you must make sure that you're doing things correct. In my former video, in my other video on DV lottery, I clearly said that once you receive the email that you have been selected, you follow the steps they tell you on filling the DS-260 form. The DS-260 form has a deadline. So that is something you must meet in the first place. And I want to assume now you have done all that. Suppose you have done all that and you have filled the DS-260. One thing you should not do is to change your email address. Unless if you change your email address, you must make sure that you go to the website where you submitted the DS-260 form and update your address there. Even your postal address, whatever change you make in your life, you must make sure that you go to the website, the US website where you filled the DS-260 and update. Remember, when you filled the DS-260 form, you are given a confirmation number. That's the number you should always use to access that form again, and make sure that you keep updating it if there's anything to update. But my advice is let it stick like that. Don't change anything. That way you won't be able to receive every communication without fear, without thinking that maybe you've messed up. So the next thing you do after that, I remember telling you that you have to submit the document. Remember, they have to ask you. So if they have already asked you, they already ask you for the document, again, you submit them electronically. They don't use a long time before the technology was advanced, people used to post. But now we submit electronically. So you upload your documents where they tell you to upload whatever document which has to do with you. Remember, this is in concern with how you filled the DS-260. So if you filled the DS-260 and said that I went to high school at a certain school, they need to see that certificate. If you say that you went to college, to certain college, they want to see that certificate. If you say that I was married and divorced, they want to see that divorce certificate, the letter. If you say you're married, they want to see the marriage certificate. If you say you have children, you have to upload your children's birth certificates. So if you say whatever you said in that form, because that form is it's many pages, about 20-something pages, the DS-260 form, whatever you said in that form must be submitted before the interview. And they ask you before anyway. So it's not you to submit anytime. No, it's them to ask you. So you send them before. Then, as you wait, because they tell you we are waiting for the visa slot. Once it is available, we shall continue. We shall tell the consular. Remember this one thing. They ask you in the DS-260 form where you would prefer your interview to be, which embassy, which country. So if you are living in Uganda, you say Uganda. If you want your interview to be carried out at the embassy at Uganda. If you're living in another country, you say, I want my interview. You fill in the form, that is. You are asked, you select the country. For instance, when I got my green card, whatever the DV lottery, when I won it, I was in Tanzania. I was living in Tanzania. And Dar es Salaam, there is U.S. Embassy. But in my DS-260 form, I did not select Dar es Salaam. I selected Nairobi. Why? I have to put A and B together and see if I'm in Nairobi, I'm more convenient to do things than in a country I don't know. For instance, if I had to go to get if you want to get something very quickly and you're at the embassy, it's easier when you are in the place you know very well, that if I leave this place 5 minutes, I've run to CBD, got this and come back. So I considered that. That's why I chose that I'll travel to go do my interview at the Nairobi embassy at Gigiri. Now, after you have selected your place of interview, you must also get ready with the police clearance. That is something they want. For me, I had lived out of my country. I had lived in South Africa. They needed the police clearance for South Africa. Because my passport could show that. And of course, you have to say the truth. They'll follow up with your name. I had lived in Tanzania. I had to get the police clearance for Tanzania. And I had Kenya, my home country. Of course, I had to get the police clearance at Kiambu Road. From there, I have all. But there's one thing which God had helped me. When I didn't go back to South Africa to get the clearance, because when I was leaving South Africa, I had been cleared. So that's something you should always do. If you're living in a country and you are not a criminal, you are not a criminal. You have been there legally. We are talking of legal residence. Remember, when you leave the airport, they clear you. They clear you. Because you tell them, you tell the people at the airport, you are not coming back, I need to be cleared. I'm going to work in another place. That way you are accepted to go to work in the next station you are going. Mostly when you are leaving one country to go to work in another country, they still ask you for the clearance, because nobody wants to employ somebody who has been doing crime in a different country. So that one had helped me, because I had been cleared by South Africa when going to Tanzania. So it was easy for me now to be cleared by the police at Dar es Salaam. And I was cleared. I got my clearance from the police at Dar es Salaam, which was quite an efficient challenge to Kenya, because for my Kenya clearance took 21 days, something I don't understand. So that is it. And then you get I got the police clearance from Kiambu Road too. So when you have that now, it means you are clear, your fingerprints are okay. You have not done crime. Then the other thing is the medical. Don't be told by anybody, go to Kenyatta and do the medical for the visa. It's a lie. Go to to Avenue Hospital and do the medical for visa. It's a lie. The people who deal with visa, they direct you through the same email where you should go for your medical. And this is International Health Organization, I guess, for medicals. Yeah, it's called like that. And it's also in Gigiri, close to the embassy. So they send you, they tell you a book appointment. You receive an email telling you book an appointment 2 weeks before your interview with the International Organization for Health or Health Organization something. So you book online. After you have booked online with the medical, because they send you the website. After you have booked online, and I don't know whether you can book physical, but what I did online, because I was receiving everything on the email. So whatever I'm telling you is what I did, and that's what I know should be done, because I can't tell you something I didn't do or something I've had. If it's true, it's okay. If you can do it without booking it, okay, I have no problem with that. What I know is that I received the email to book, and I booked, but they ask you to submit several things, even those the medics, that the letter of invitation for the interview, you must upload for them. You must upload the documents they ask you as well, because they want to know whether you are going to the embassy and the date. The reason is because they don't give you the results. They send to the embassy. You don't go with, they don't give you the results. No, they send to the embassy. So that is one thing you should put in mind. The only thing they give you at the medic is a CD which shows you that you have, I think it's a TB something result. It's a CD, and I still have it. It has the results for vaccination on TB. The rest of the results they send to the embassy. You find them there on the day of your interview. That's why they ask you the interview date, the number of your interview, and everything else they need to know. The medics are at Gigiri, and you pay inside the organization, that place where they are vaccinating you, where they are doing the medics. When you arrive there, because they give you the date after you book, they give you the date, they tell you the first day, because it's 2 days, the first day come this time and this time, you have to keep that time. And they tell you when you come pay this amount. You pay. It's expensive, my dear. It's not cheap. It's a lot of money, even the medicals. You pay. And you pay there. You can pay in dollars. You can pay whatever currency you have, they receive. If you have a check, they will receive. But you pay inside. Don't pay anybody any money. Don't be conned. It is very clear on the email they write to you. And then after you book, you have, of course, to accept that you have booked. And you have to arrive the time they have said. And never fear to ask, When you get there with your letter of appointment, get to the gate, show the askari at the gate, the gate man, and then enter. After you enter, you go straight and say what you go talk, what you're coming here for, and you'll be given the number to wait for. You'll be shown where to go and pay. You go pay, and you wait now for your medics to go on for your whatever they are doing to you. So the first day is done. Then you are told now come the following day for the same. So the medicals are done 2 days. Not 1 day. You don't finish with 1 day. You stay there 1 day. They do whatever they have to do to you. And then the following day you go. The following day is when they finish with you. And finally they give you the CD. And the CD you carry to the embassy. But the other results they tell you they have sent to the embassy. So now, the day come for you to go to the interview. You have your police abstract. You have your Cindy from the health place. You have your passport with you. You should have your passport. They deal with passport. You have your birth certificate. That one will also prove that you are the same person. Carry all documents, even ID. I carried ID, driver's license. I carried every certificate I've ever got in this world. You have to, because they might ask. So that place where you put all your documents, arrange them properly. Carry all of them, because they are there in the system. You've already submitted in the system, and they might ask you for them. So after you have now packed all those documents, remember your interview has a date and time. Make sure you arrive there well. Don't carry anything which can mess you up. Even food, even water, nothing. Your bag, your certificate, your letter of appointment, and money to pay. Arrive there early. Why? Because there's a lot of investigation and assessing you and checking before you are around inside, and that can consume your time, and then you get late for the interview. So you have to be there early. If your interview is like maybe 8 o'clock, come 7:30. Doesn't cost you. Even 7 doesn't cost you to be there on the line, because the queues are long for checking in. So make sure you are in time, and then you are checked in. Once you are checked in, because you don't just go straight and meet the consular. No. There are several steps before you get inside. So once you are checked in, you just follow the way people are going. Once you get inside, just speak to them, to the first person you meet, and tell them, I'm here for this interview. It's scheduled for this time. They'll give you now the number, waiting number there. Remember, you have already an interview number. That's not the number I'm talking about. I'm talking the waiting number inside the embassy. And that is the number now which everybody has. So you are so many. So if you are 100, maybe you are number 50. You have to wait until 50 will be called. And then you'll be told to which place to go, whatever. There you go to meet the interviewer. So you must make sure that you are ready. And after they give you that number, they tell you go and pay for the visa. You pay before, whether you've been given or not. This is money making. There's nothing for free in this world. Please, those who think it's free, it's not. But you pay inside the embassy. You don't pay to anybody. You can pay online to the embassy or the day of the interview inside. I chose to pay the day of the interview because I didn't want all that money to make a mess and then it is lost. You are secure when you know that you have paid inside. So you go, it's not cheap again, but of course it's manageable. If we managed, we were not rich anyway. But if we manage to afford it, you can also afford it. It's better you borrow people. But borrow wisely, you know. I get money to pay for the visa. So after you pay for the visa, now you sit down with the waiting. There's somewhere you sit. If you want to sit inside, if you want to sit outside, you sit there as you wait for your number to be called. There you will meet other people. You will share with the people. You will talk. Some are going for Sunday. You talk. Others are coming to visit. Others are coming for function. You know, you share. You talk. You see people. You still see people coming out of the inside. Others with the red paper that is denial, others with yellow tone to do something. The yellow one means that you can do something, and then you'll be given. There's something missing in your file, and others with the green paper showing that you can now go and book your flight. It is a time, my friends, when you feel butterflies in the stomach, like, what if I get the red one? What if I've left something? That's why you should carry everything. Carry all. Doesn't matter. Even if they will not ask you for it, you had carried. And make sure that the information is on your fingertips, that you're not going to say any lie. You remember how you filled your DS260? That information should be the same one. Change nothing. Change nothing. Unless if you got a baby in between, and that one is acceptable, because life has to continue. If you get a baby in between, that's fine. If you get married in between, that's fine. But of course, they cannot give your husband the visa, because he's an adult, and they are not sure whether you got married, so that you can make him benefit from the visa. So normally for marriage, they tend to tell you will appeal for that person, but they can't deny you visa because of getting married. Life has to continue. Life is not stagnated. Yeah, if you get a baby, the same. Life has to continue. Life has not to be stagnated, so they cannot accuse you because of that. And your baby is under you anyway. It's an under 18. So that one, you cannot be denied visa because of giving birth. That one you should not fear of that. What makes people be denied is like you had a child before, but you didn't indicate, and now on the day of visa is there when you are saying this is my child. Let me give an example of myself. Me, I have a son. My son was in my DS260, because even when I was filling green card, he was inclusive. I said the truth. But when I got to the embassy, they told me your son has already passed 21 years, so he cannot be contained by your visa. They explained to me clearly. I had carried everything about him. And they called me, when they called me now to go to answer questions, that was the first question I was asked. No, the first question was my name. And I said my name, and they told me, and you have been a teacher? I said yes. Then they told me, we see that you have a son. I told them yes. And of course, I had known the requirement, so definitely I knew my son was over 21 years, and I had indicated that he can join me later. That one saves you. If you say you want him to join you, he will not. They told me, yes, he will join you later because he is over 21. They advised me very well. They told me, there is a petition you will do for him. Go inquire once you get to America. That was an assurance that I've got the visa. That lady spoke to me like that. And then she asked me, do you have grandchildren? Of course, I answered whatever I answered. And she told me, congratulations. There was not any other question I was given. Then I was told, go pick your go wait for your passport. Then as Sam was moving out, I think I've skipped too much. As Sam was moving out of the window, a man called me. And I knew, oh, what has happened? So I turned. So because there is this window and this window. So this window calls me now. I was speaking to the lady in this window. As I turned to go, this window calls me. And this window tells me, you have chosen your passport to be sent to DHL office, blah, 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 blah. I said, yes. And he told me, congratulations. That was all. I thought he wanted anything else, but he just wanted to confirm with the DHL and rest. That is something else I want to talk about. When you are filling the interview form, which they sent you in the email, they tell you to choose within the country you are in and DHL office where they will send your passport with the visa. This is for DV lottery. I'm talking on behalf of those who win the so-called DV lottery, which normally in Kenya we call green card. So you are not given on the spot. They send you to an DHL office of your choice. So you choose the office of DHL which is near you. And they tell you it's a package. And that bag, which is a package, you should not open it. Your passport comes with a package. Bag. Mufuko hata mpaka wa leo, I've never known what is in it because you are not supposed to open it from the embassy. And you are told that bag, that package, you should give it out at the first entry port in the United States. That is the very first place you land in the United States. As you are getting cleared, the person who will clear you, you should give that envelope to them. I was carrying it like a baby with my handbag, big handbag for computer. I put it inside because that is what you will give out. Don't give it to anybody. Be careful if you have to travel. Take care of it. So I was now asked about that, and then that was all. I was not given anything else myself. So I don't know others. I could see people with the papers. I think those are for different visas. But for DV lottery, you live without your passport and you go to wait after 2 weeks. After 2 weeks, even I didn't finish exactly 2 weeks. Before 2 weeks were over, I remember very well, I received now a call from DHL office. Remember, you have left all your information with them, with the embassy. So the DHL office calls me that we have your parcel. Definitely I knew it was that one. And Nairobi, you know Nairobi now, anybody can take anything from you on the street. Hey, did I talk? I went straight to the DHL office, picked my passport, put it very far in my bag, picked my parcel, hide it. I don't want anybody to see the sign of US. It might be stolen. Tie it properly, put it in a bag, and go straight home to them to keep it in the safe, to wait for the travel date. Because that is what is your information about the location. And of course, you know it can be lost, and once it's lost, you can't come. You will be deported once you get to the port of entry, because you don't have that. Inside my passport, when you open the passport, the visa is there. It's not green card, the visa to enter United States. And they give you from this date to this date. I was given 6 months. From this date to this date. I was given 6 months. Within those 6 months, you should have traveled to the United States. You should have entered. If you don't enter within that time, now your visa expires. I made sure that because I was working, I didn't resign. I worked until it was remaining 1 month. That's a secret again. Because of course, when you are relocating and you are coming to use money, you need money. And you are not going to land on a job straight. Those who tell people you don't get for you a job when you win green card, it's a lie. You come to look for a job, but you stand a better chance than somebody who has no papers, who are not legal. Because when you are legal, you apply for a job without fear. So you must make sure you don't just jump to go immediately you receive it the following day you are on the plane, unless you are not doing anything in the country. You can just go because you are not expecting to get anything. But at least within 6 months, I had 5 months to make sure that I have earned, I have followed up where I have put my savings so that I don't leave them hanging. I have followed up whoever has my debt to see whether I can get 1, 2, or 3. Quietly, at this time, I've not told anybody, even at my place of work. I had not told anybody whether I'm going. Only one person, and she has also come. We were working with her, my friend Nancy. She won't mind if I say her name here. She was also working on her own. So I knew we shall join ourselves in the United States together. So she would not also jeopardize me. So we worked quietly. Why? You do not want also your employer to know you are going and then they'll fire you. And when they fire you, they will not pay you. And when you go, you will not come back to Africa to claim that money. So I worked to the last month. That is 5 months. And what I did, because I was on contract, the last month, if you want to be paid your dues, as the contract says, you pay 1 month, you give them salary for 1 month, then you are paid all the years. And I did exactly that, and that was easy for me to receive all my benefits for the years I had worked with St. Augustine. So that's it. And then immediately now I left Tanzania. It took me 1 week to book the flight and go. No, 2 weeks. Book the flight and go, because of course there was nothing now. I've come to Kenya. It's now leaving. And that's how I left too. Remember when I was going to Tanzania, let me tell you another secret I did. My passport for Kenyan passport and my visa to go to US. And I have my parcel with me. When I was going back to Tanzania, I left all that in Kenya. I didn't want to jeopardize myself. This is a secret anyway. This is me. You don't have to do that. But I knew that East Africa, we have East African passport. I used to use it sometimes. So I had the East African passport and the Kenyan passport. The embassy, they want the Kenyan passport, not the East African. So I left my Kenyan passport with my sister, whom I trust, and my parcel at the same time. The things to come to US, I left with her safe. Then I used my East African passport to travel to Tanzania. So I was sure now, even if I lose my handbag or anything, I'm not losing my visa to the United States. I will still go. And of course, I knew even when they go to stamp at the port of entry, you know, they can see you have another stamp, and then they keep your passport and it gets lost. Anybody can jeopardize you. Don't trust anybody. Trust yourself and God. So I knew that nobody, even at the port of entry to Tanzania or wherever, nobody will know that I am leaving for the United States. I'm using the East African passport, which has just the exit to Uganda, exit to Tanzania, exit to where. just the entry to Kenya like that, just within East Africa. It had no international stamp. That is abroad. It was just within East Africa. So that light blue passport is, I still have it. I know it's expired now. It's the one I used that time. So it was easy for me, and I was sure that my Kenyan passport is safe. That's what I did. So after that, after coming to Tanzania, and somebody might ask what happened to my house in Tanzania. I was renting, and so it was just the usual things in a rented house. I was with my son, and we were able to ferry all my things to Kenya. The house, you know, the sofa set, the cabinets, beds. I didn't travel with my bed. I left my bed in the house. I didn't carry the bed. But at least those things which you know that they can help somebody at Nairobi, I was able to ferry them because we were two with my son. So it was easy for us to travel together and to see that our things are safe, because that was our house and those were our things. And when you are moving and you're moving away, you don't want to sell your things because nobody will pay, because they are not ready to buy. And if you leave it as a debt, count it a bad debt, because nobody will ever pay you when you're far. So we decided with my son, we're gonna carry our things back to Kenya, and that's what we did. We put them in the travel. You know, we have buses and truck drivers who carry things, who ferry things. Don't fear when you are within East Africa. Your things can be ferried very safely to Nairobi. And that is what happened with my things. We ferried them very safely to Nairobi. The cost which we paid was worth, because you don't want to lose everything. It's more than that money you are paying for transporting your household goods, your things. And that is how they came to Nairobi, and our Nairobi house was packed now with new things, old, new, I don't know, from where we were living in Tanzania. And that was a good thing also, because of course you need also to when you go home, you need to see what have you been working for all these years. Do you still remember? You know, it's nostalgic to remember something you had long time, and then when you go, you see it, you feel good. So that's how it happened, and that is how now I did my interview. I prepared for the interview for the medicals and did the interview, got the parcel, booked the flight, and came to the United States. The next video, I'll tell you after landing what happens, how I was hosted. I'll first ask my host whether she will be comfortable. I share with you how she hosted me. I appreciate all what she did to me, but I have to ask her first, because I wouldn't like to mess up our relationship. So that is it. That's how I am in Texas now. I'm here. This is where I am. Yes, waiting for what God has next. And I want to invite you. If you want to come to America, continue asking and praying. I asked God, I prayed, I asked God, I prayed, I did what I had to do. Applying. And that is what you should do by faith. Apply, claim it, but apply. Claim, apply, claim, apply. Don't be cheated. You can pay any money to anybody. Nobody. Not even your pastor. They don't have the visa. It's the consular. So pay money to the consular inside. Okay? Apply. Follow the instructions. The other time I made a video on how to apply. And I still feel that I should also come with a video on student visa. Yeah, because that's something else I've also tried. So I'll hey, I didn't want it to come to abroad. Thank God I'm there. I was trying. And I'll let you know how it works, okay? and how it does not work. So this time, I just wanted to share to you that you should get ready. Once you are selected, get ready for the interview. Be very careful. Be truthful with information. Don't mess up. Don't think you can bribe anybody. Embassy is not a bribery place. Don't even talk about bribery. Don't even talk about paying money. Don't even talk about queue is long. You have to queue. It's everybody going to receive service. So once you receive your envelope, come to America and give them, get your green card, start working, live here. After 5 years, get your citizenship, be an American, and life is as you enjoy, as you make it. God bless you. I love you so much. I hope even those who want to relocate to other countries, Dubai is another country, Saudi, Canada, Germany, Portugal, we have Kenyans all over, and it's good. Even if you're not a Kenyan, move out of your country if you really like it. Go anywhere you want to find life. Wherever there are human beings, you can live there and you can make life out of there. God bless you. See you in the next one. Bye bye.